Good evening. I'm a senior...
One moment, wee pert.
Pert wee.
Yes. It's been brought to my attention that week after week you have been accepting charity from members of the public. I find this totally intolerable and completely unacceptable. How can anyone with one iota of integrity and self-respect lower and demean himself in such a way is totally beyond my comprehension, and it must cease this instant.
Oh, and who might you be when you're at home?
It so happens that I am the governor of the BBC Board of Directors.
Just a minute.
I also attended Eton, Harrow, Oxford. I support Accrington Stanley. My wife is a redundant knit nurse.
You rotten devil. He's nicked my pension fund. Right. I want nothing more to do with Jimmy's cricket team starring Jimmy Cricket.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry I'm late. It was autograph hunters. I couldn't find any. A woman came up to me. She said, I never miss you on the radio. I never listen, so I never miss it. But ladies and gentlemen, you've no idea what it's like to be one of the BBC's top comedy stars. There are men working here with all kinds of honours degrees and a string of letters after the names, opening doors for me and saying, get out. People recognise me in the street and they're so appreciative. Some of them actually buy 2 balloons. Hello, Interpol School of Ballroom Dancing?
They've clamped me frame walker.
Clamped your frame walker? An old man like you?
Clamped it. Clamped me frame walker while I was in mother care.
What were you doing in mother care?
A bit of wishful thinking.
It's disgraceful that a poor old man like you should have his frame walker clamped.
What do you think I should do about it?
Well, write to your member of parliament.
That won't do Aper for good.
Why not?
He can't read.
Please, are you Deirdre Lillian Shirley Bunsen?
No.
Why not?
That's my day off.
Sorry.
BT engineer, can I help you?
I've got my finger stuck.
Hang on, I'll put you through to the young lady who deals with this sort of problem.
I would be grateful.
Young lady who deals with your sort of problem here?
It's you again. Can't you do anything?
I'm pretty hot on farmyard impressions.
You're mad.
I may be bad, but I haven't got my finger stuck in a telephone.
Never mind his finger. I've been clamped.
I wish to speak to someone in authority and a string vest.
Emergency. Which service do you require?
I don't require anything. This isn't an emergency.
No, but this is. I'm devastated, distraught, demented, and I'm a woman alone.
Is there no escape from this woman?
If you don't listen to me, I might do something drastic.
You're only saying that to cheer me up.
But I'm a warm and feeling person. Flesh and blood. If you prick me, do I not go, ooh, ah, flipping it?
You must think I'm a soft touch.
I could soon find out.
No!
Please, I've been trying to find the right person to fulfill my needs.
King Kong's dead. You'll have to try again.
I did. I saw an advert in the personal column. Romantic gentleman seeks female companion. Must be of a giving nature.
Are you of a giving nature?
Giving? Giving? I've had a sale on for years.
What else did the advert say?
Must be a gentle, quietly spoken lady with a reserved nature.
You?
Fitted me perfect, that did. It said, hates ladies who smoke cigarettes. I've never smoked a ciggy in my life.
Good for you.
I smoke a clay pipe.
Was that it?
It said, gentleman is very much attracted to plump partners.
Are you plump?
I'm plump now. I shoved the pillow up my cardigan. Best of all, it said, must be prepared to travel abroad. Oh, the perfect man for me, perfect. I can see him now. Big strapping fella, dark wavy hair, broad shoulders, big chested, and the thighs. Oh, the thighs.
Did you meet him?
I did that. I thought I'll go for this one like a rat up a drain pipe.
Did you meet him?
We arranged to meet at 2:30 on Wednesday under the clock at the shopping precinct.
And you went?
I was there at 4 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon. I took a tent, a flask and some sandwiches.
And was he tall with dark wavy hair, well built?
He was short, fat, 50 and there'd seen more hair in a billiard ball.
Oh dear.
He had a bad chest and he stank, a fisherman's friend.
So you didn't bother?
Didn't bother, you must be joking, I'm desperate. If it had been the Hunchback of Notre Dame, I would have had him.
What about the travel abroad?
We went on a boat, I couldn't believe it.
He took you to some exotic island in the Mediterranean?
The Mediterranean? We'd only been on the boat 10 minutes and we got off.
Where?
Birkenhead.
Birkenhead?
Why do I bother? I am what I am and what I'll always be. A woman alone.
Are you Deirdre Shirley Lillian Gusset?
No.
Why not?
I told the other one it's my day off.
Well, I'm policewoman Phoebe Toggle. I have a warrant to search these premises.
What's that?
A sniffer cat. I have a warrant to search these premises.
I have a warrant that says you can't.
This warrant is signed by Sergeant Tucker.
This warrant is signed by Inspector Hickey.
It's fortunate that I have one signed by Chief Inspector Blunt.
It's even more fortunate that I have one signed by Assistant Chief Constable Dumper.
Then it's just as well that I have one signed by Chief Constable Bimpson.
By a stroke of good fortune, I have one signed by Assistant Chief Commissioner Nutter.
Oh, dearie me, what bad luck. It just so happens that I have one signed by the Chief Commissioner of Police. And you can't go any higher than him because he's the head of the old police force.
My uncle.
Pardon?
My Uncle Harry.
He's not, is he?
We get on very well together.
Oh, would you like a sweet?
Thank you.
You might as well take the bag. You shut your face.
Meanwhile, back at the Grange, Lord Algie had left in a huff. It's a foreign car.
I think that you and your friends must be top of the Premier League for stupid people.
That's very kind of you, stupid man.
I know you've been doing stupid things all your life, but do you mind if I ask you something?
What's that, stupid man?
Have you ever had a sweetheart?
Yeah. Megan Llewellyn Jones Williams.
You met her in Scotland?
Yes. I asked her to marry me one night in the pictures. She just got up, walked out, and I never saw her again.
Why was that?
She said that she didn't want to get married in the pictures.
That's not very romantic.
No, but this is.
My dearest, you came to me at a time in my bleak and lonely life when the door of my heart was ajar. You stepped inside and brought about a transformation I had never thought possible in my wildest dreams. My life was filled with a new awareness. An awareness, a transformation, which even the finest of poets could not put into words and describe what it is about you that places you head and shoulders above all others. I think I know why. I think I know why that even in a crowded room, all eyes turn in your direction. I know why you effervesce.
Thank you.
I well remember the day of our first meeting, a meeting that was brought about by the golden hand of fate. I remember it so well. I had an hour to spare whilst I waited for my dentures to be repaired. I was about to enter Tesco's when the golden hand of fate led me to the greengrocer's shop on the corner of Tarryasson Street. My heart stood still when I saw you for the first time. You were the epitome of innocent beauty. I was overawed at your elegance, grace, charm, and dignity as you polished your Cox's pippins.
Thank you.
I couldn't leave, so I bought £2. Cox's pippins were of little use to me as my dentures were being repaired. If you remember, I asked you for an assignation, and you said that they wouldn't be in until later that afternoon. You smiled that coy little smile of yours, a smile which I would have returned if my dentures weren't being repaired. I knew that our romance might well have ended had you gazed upon my glistening gums.
Thank you.
It was your red peppers that did it.
Thank you.
You dropped them in the corner and I looked the other way.
Thank you.
I watched transfixed as you cut my cucumber in half. I knew then that I could never let you go, as I had never in all my miserable empty life experienced such overpowering feelings. I wanted to hold you by the King Edwards. Wrap my arms about you and hold you close. This I could not do as the shop was crowded.
Thank you.
In order to remain near you, I purchased 6 Savoy cabbages, 2 dozen Jaffas, 12 lemons, and 4 sticks of celery. Not to mention 3 coconuts, which I'd never be able to eat because my dentures were still being repaired. When I placed the goods on the counter next to the till and gave you a £20 note, I'll remember forever the first words you ever spoke to me. You said, "Have you got anything smaller?"
Thank you.
What I have got is a bike, which I'm about to ride off on because I can't stand any more of this. Meanwhile, in a tiny terrace house in a cobblestone street,
No loss.
Ah, no, lad. So much wrong. I know so much wrong. Trouble is sat on your shoulders like a big black crow. What is it, lad? Tell me what's happened.
No loss.
I'll take your coat off.
You can leave it on if you're cold.
Ah, no, lad. I've got to know what's happened.
No loss.
Ah, no, lad. You look shattered. There's a hot pot in the oven.
Could I have it on the table? Gets a bit hot inside that oven.
So much wrong. So much happened and I've a right to know, lad.
No loss. They've closed down the factory what made the... for the squeaking cushion.
No, they've never closed down the factory what made the... for the squeaking cushions.
They've closed it down.
When did they tell you that they closed down the factory what made the... with the squeaking cushions?
I got wind of it this afternoon. The common market.
What's the common market got to do with it?
They reckon the French can make them cheaper.
The French, damn Frenchies could never. Like we can over here.
The Prime Minister announced it to the House this afternoon.
What about our MP? Didn't he have anything to say?
He said that once again the Prime Minister was giving in to foreigners.
And what did the Prime Minister say to that?
You'll never guess.
You mean?
He was ordered to leave the house.
Arnold, lad, I've had a thought. Perhaps you can get a job at Foundry where they make the... for the mattresses.
Hey, Nell, I'm far too old to...
You're my man, Will Gusset. Nobody can... like you can.
It's not for me, lass.
What about a job at the lemonade bottling distillery plant?
Hey, Nell, you've got to have qualifications to be able to...
Everything gone. Gone. We've got no... They put an end to our... and we've lost our...
The good news is I've got another job.
Another job?
It won't be easy because it's a dangerous occupation. I'm going to have to be really tough.
When do you start, lad?
In about 2 seconds. Have to introduce this man.
Right.
Right. I'll do it. He's here.
My name's Marlowe, Philip Marlowe, private eye. My other eyes just popped out for a minute. I was on my way back to the office. I drove over Harlington and Westville. They didn't like it. I turned into a side street. It's a good trick, and not many people can do it. I looked in the mirror. I couldn't get an express. I arrived back in my office at around 15 after midnight, at 12:15 o'clock. It was hot. A tenor sax was playing from somewhere in the distance. There's another nice tune. I was so tired I just fell under the bed and was asleep in no time. It must have been about 2 a.m. I sat up with a jerk. I threw him out. There was a knock at the office door. I sensed trouble. I opened the door with trembling knees. You try doing it. It was a dame with a figure that had more curves than a plate full of spaghetti hoops.
Philip Marlowe?
I have been all day.
What do you know about Antonio Gino Novelli Gavato?
He's not Chinese.
I've got a couple of things bothering me, Marlowe.
Not from where I stand.
I like your ad-libs.
You should try my dumplings.
I was expecting to see a much older guy.
Have a look in the freezer.
I need advice, and you're the only one who can help me. What do you make of this?
It's a wooden box made of walnut, hand-carved, with brass hinges. What's inside it?
That's what I want you to find out. I'm scared. I'll pay you $5,000 to find out.
What should I do? My name is Marlowe, Philip Marlowe, private eye. I took the money. I didn't want to finish up with a pair of odor readers. It's a letter from me, Mammy. Dear son, you remember Joan Opposite? You must do, son. It's a very unusual name. She's now wearing both a pair of spectacles and contact lenses. She's just got engaged to a double glazing salesman. As you know, she's only a small woman. Her boyfriend left her home the other night, bent down to kiss her and said, "Your lips are cold." She said, "That's the letterbox." They met while playing rugby. He said she was the best scrum half he'd ever played against. She's never had any luck, son. Do you remember the day she was married? There was thick fog, and when the fog cleared, she was coming out of Tesco's with her arm around a side of bacon. I went to bingo last night and sat beside the lady from the welfare office. When she got a full house, she jumped up and shouted, "Child benefit." The priest came to see your father the other night. He says, "How come I don't see you at Mass on Sundays?" Your father said, "I go on Wednesday afternoon to avoid the rush." He said, "Another one of his dreams, son. Last night he dreamt he was Scott of the Antarctic. When I woke up, he was inside the fridge." Your Aunt Nora is still going to Weight Watchers. She got a gold star for losing 2 chins. Until they found them at the bottom of her carrier bag. She's been told not to eat meat, but she still gets the craving, which is why your Uncle John is staying at the YMCA. She got rid of her corsets. Your Uncle John was keeping chickens in them. I don't know what to do with your father, son. I've asked him to whitewash the yard. He said, "What color?" Love, Mammy.
As the hustle and bustle of the day draws to a close, let us take a peaceful evening stroll in a monastery garden. Peaceful it may be, but somehow I have a feeling that I'm going to get clobbered. As we meander through the ivy-clad walled garden, in this idyllic setting of peace and tranquility, where thousands of visitors flock. Hooligan! Hooligan! Visitors come here not only for the peace and tranquility, but also for the famous monastic mead, made here by the monks, who give free samples to all who visit this charming monastery garden.
Good night, neighbour. Hey! Will you keep the noise down?
It's one of the monks.
And leave it out, will you?
Didn't know monks spoke like that.
A monastery garden, this is. Us monks was halfway through our vespers.
How was I to know you were having your dinner?
We've been hard at it monking. Monking since 5:30 this morning.
Sorry.
I'm monked out, I am, mate, I'll tell you.
I apologise. I'm sorry.
Brother Neville.
Sorry, Brother Neville. We'll leave you in peace.
I shall think so and all. Waste of time taking a vow of silence with people like you around. Now, Cleo! Good night, brother!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one time when no big introduction is necessary. It's the husband and wife singing duo of Daphne and Cyril Billington. Daphne, Cyril, I think you both realize how very welcome you are.
My dear Daphne and I...
Darling Cyril.
we are fully aware of how much we owe to our public.
Cyril and I love you all. Am I not right, darling?
Are you ever wrong, dear heart?
Now, I know that you both had a very exciting week.
Yes, a week which my dear Daphne and I shall long remember.
How very true, my pet.
This sounds interesting. What happened?
Shall I tell him, or do you want me to do it, darling?
I I think you should tell him, darling.
Well, this week we had the unique privilege of appearing on the concert platform with one of the greatest musical figures of our time. He was a child protege, and his talent has made him the master of his stringed instrument.
Ah, you mean...
You hear me in my hoodie. You hear me, men hui.
Yehude Menuhin.
He started already. I'm sorry, Yehudi Menuhin. All I know is that he plays the banjo. I'm sorry.
The violin, darling.
He does this deliberately.
It must have been...
You don't play a banjo under your chin.
I'll wrap one round your rotten head if I had one. He makes a show of me every week.
I'm sure Cyril doesn't mean to.
Oh, no. He did the same to me a couple of weeks ago over that New Zealand opera singer, Carrie Curry...
Kirite Kanawa, darling.
Yeah, well, what kind of a name do you call that? It's a wonder she doesn't break an arm signing her autograph.
Cyril, I must congratulate you on being asked to make a TV commercial.
I don't think we need to go into that, old chap.
I do.
I was afraid you might.
Has he told you what he had to do in the TV commercial? Has he told you? The director said to him, take all your clothes off. Lie in this bowl and try not to move when the dog licks you.
Really, Daphne?
The dog threw up.
Daphne, I've had about enough of this.
Who asked you, Taffy?
Can we please stay with the musical aspects of your work?
I've been approached regarding One Night of Love.
One night of love, one night of pig in love. One night and you're clapped out for a month.
Are you still getting requests from your public?
Stout-hearted men.
Oh, you sing Stout-Hearted Men?
No, they're all in Daphne's room.
Are you saying that I'm a raver?
Well, there was that time when you entertained the troops and 12 of them had to go on sick leave.
This is getting out of hand. How much more of this am I supposed to take?
I have to take it from him week in and week out. Look at him. Just look at him. Not to pick on him. And that wrinkled face, it looks like a pizza on a stick.
How about the Merry Widow?
Any luck and I will be.
Cyril.
And that's another thing. Cyril Billington isn't his proper name. Do you know what his real name is?
Was that the telephone?
Cyril Billington. Cyril Piggin Billington. He got that name out of the woman's own. His real name is Ozzie Platt.
Well, that's rather ironic coming from Aggie Ballcock.
You mean you're really Ballcock and Platt?
Yes. Yes, Ballcock and Platt. A smile, a song, and an outside privy.
Ballcock and Platt, you're going your separate ways.
No, we're not.
We're not going our separate ways, are we, darling?
Oh, never, Daphne.
You certainly are. You're going through that door, and you're going through that door. Good night and good riddance.
That was Jimmy's Cricket Team, starring Jimmy Cricket, with Bill Pertwee, Peter Goodright, and Noreen Kershaw. The script was bought from the Antiques Roadshow for 12p by Eddie Braben. The show was produced at the Club Theatre, Altrincham, by Mike Craig. Why is he crying?
I know why he's crying. Trapped wind. Thank you.
Bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. They fly so high, nearly reach the sky. And in my dreams they'll fade and die. Fortune's always hiding away from me. I've looked everywhere, but I just keep on blowing bubbles. I'm forgetting all my little troubles. I'm forever, ever, and ever blowing bubbles.
88 to 90.